We've been waiting and waiting, and now here we are with our storm activity going on. We're on our Rutherford weather video channels, also on WGNS radio. We'll be here for a minute. Regina Kroll joins us, weatherology meteorologist. We've got a severe thunderstorm. Let's see, a warning now in effect for parts of the county. I also heard my weather radio go off a moment ago. We may have a watch now, too. Regina, what can you update us on?
Yeah, we do have both of those ongoing at this time. Northwest Rutherford County now in that severe thunderstorm warning until 2:15 a.m. Storm near Fairview and near Franklin area, a couple of different areas that we are watching the storm activity. Rolling to the east, could see 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail with this area of storm, so it's just above severe limits. And they do have now until 5 a.m. for the middle of Tennessee.
Okay, so what are the expectations with these storms as they are coming in from the west? We've had some tornado warnings, lots of severe thunderstorm warnings, but right now it's all severe thunderstorm warnings in Tennessee. Are we going to see an increasing coverage? Are these the storms that we're expecting to kind of congeal into a line according to some of our future radar? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we will see these coming into a line eventually. Right now, they are very scattered in nature. I think we'll continue to see more of these popping up as the early morning hours go on, and likely, as you mentioned, going to get a line of these storms stacking up. Now, if you look on radar right now, we see storms behind this initial area that we're seeing as severe right now. Watching those two, they are picking up a little bit more on speed and intensity. So I think we could see actually a few rounds of storms rolling through before these will congeal into that line that really is going to continue to push to the east.
Okay. Very good. Thanks, Regina, for the update. Meteorologist Regina Kroll with us as we get rolling here for Rutherford County coverage of our severe storms. And let's just kind of take a look at the radar here real quick. Storms coming into Laverne, into Smyrna. Pardon me, the voice just all of a sudden just decided, hey, it's not going to cooperate. So we'll definitely take a deep dive into that here real quick for you. So right now, coming into downtown Laverne, it's approaching the business park. We just got a radar update right there. And the radar update showing the storm activity coming into Laverne right there around Highway 70S, of course, and it's 41 as well, around Waldron Road. Let's see, there's Morrow and Sand Hill near the Walmart, Super Walmart, Jefferson Pike. Coming up on the Smyrna Golf Course area, Loafers Corner, Hilltop. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect here for an hour. Seeing storms coming into Weekly Hills soon, Harbor Isles. Don't think we can get, maybe we can get a storm track there. So we've got, I would say 5 minutes or so or less to be in downtown Smyrna. Some of you may be waking up to alerts, and now here we have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for the next hour. There's been some thunder, lightning, some downpours, but nothing until this little bit of storm activity. The warning goes down to Walter Hill and Whitehaven, Florence, Belmead subdivisions, and little communities here, just I guess between Smyrna and Murfreesboro. I really think south of Smyrna may not be an area that needs to be in this well, depends on if this grows a little further south right now. Let me get close my storm track here. So you've got some storm activity on the east side of the lake, but it's coming up on the west side of the lake. Let's take a look at another one of our products here. That would be the velocity. Showing some gusty winds, but nothing horrible in particular here. Again, severe thunderstorm warning. This is for the very northern, not even third of Rutherford County. You see what's going on in National Weather Service chat at the moment. Oh, no. Hearing a little thunder here at my house. Nothing in particular. Now, we here in Rutherford County have been added to the tornado watch. And this tornado watch goes until 5 a.m. Not seeing anything in particular about this warning. It says for hail and wind threat. There are definitely some gusty winds, but we're not really seeing anything that maybe a pocket or two of winds. Now, there are some winds in downtown Nashville that are likely over severe limits. Let's take a look at the hail here in Rutherford County. And yeah, we could have some small hail falling. This would be near Silver Hill. That's getting on into Wilson County. Let's say right around the Smyrna Airport Business Park, right where Sam Ridley Parkway takes that kind of that curve as it goes on out toward the business district, the business area, getting toward the highway, interstate. I'll get it right. It is 1:30 in the morning. Okay, so bear with me there. So we could have some small hail coming up on Hoppy's Harbor Grill, if you know where that is. That's, of course, out Weekly Lane. Jefferson Springs, you're up next, 840. Okay, so they have trimmed this warning back some. Increased velocity values over the downtown area. I mentioned that just a second ago. But they're talking about that could be because of all of the buildings and things in the downtown area. Let's see. But they definitely did trim back this severe thunderstorm warning, and it just includes Laverne. I mean, it is the smallest sliver of Rutherford County. Okay. Let me make sure that I have all of the things up that I need to. I want to make sure if I have Weatherology rejoin. And I need what I have from the National Weather Service here in the window so I can see. There's no information about. They just kind of updated the severe thunderstorm warning, and when they did that, they took most of Rutherford County out of it. So if we're looking for, it's even hard with all the lines to see the Rutherford County line, isn't it, with this white? Hold on a second. I'm going to put it back on our velocity product. We are talking about the very smallest part of Rutherford County here. Roughly, I was going to try to measure this just to see from the largest part of the county, largest part of the county line to the edge. Talking about like an 8-mile, almost 9-mile sliver of Rutherford County in the far northwestern corner is under this severe thunderstorm warning. So what we're probably going to do here is break away from our radio coverage. We'll continue on with our coverage here on Rutherford Weather. I think we're going to be here for a little while. Again, the tornado watch goes for another 4 hours. This severe thunderstorm warning is going to go for a minute in this corner of the county, and we'll continue to watch it on Rutherford Weather, getting some heavy downpours, rain, but really the roughest part of that has already come through. But I will tell you, we're watching a pretty strong storm down to our southwest that's coming into Columbia. And if I do a storm track on this, this storm track is showing that it will be in Christiana in about an hour and Murfreesboro in about an hour. So we're looking at Eagleville probably, I would say 40 minutes or so. It is severe warned. And again, it is to our southwest. So I would suspect that we will have more storm activity, maybe a severe thunderstorm warning coming up here just a bit later on this evening. And again, this is not with a line that will come through. That line is from Clarksville to Paris to Jackson right now. And that line still has to come through here as well. For the alerts or for the night here, this is the new day one. And when I say day one, this is our severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. And we have a level 2 out of 5 for severe weather tomorrow. Well, technically today it is 1:30, right? There is a tornado risk, especially with afternoon showers and storms that we might get. It is higher to our southwest. There's also a wind risk, and that is much higher. And just to our southwest, that is much higher there as well, the wind risk. And hail can't be ruled out, but it's one of the smaller risks that we have here for our area. Okay. So this is for later today. National Weather Service mentioning that it looks like there's going to be a morning round and then maybe an afternoon round around 4 to 5 o'clock. So we'll keep an eye on all of this. But again, this is for tomorrow. This is for later today. For those watching on Rutherford Weather, you can see our warning boxes. And right now, I'm telling you, like an 8-mile sliver of northern Rutherford County, and the storms have already passed through there, still included when they updated this morning. One tornado warning, a couple up in Louisville, and some flood warnings. But we do have severe thunderstorm warnings to our southwest. So it would appear that we have kind of moved into the phase that we thought we would be in. We talked about it. The tornadoes, and that's not to say, I mean, we're under a tornado watch, right? It's not to say we couldn't have something like that happen here. But what I'm saying is the tornado risk is lower. We're not seeing as many tornado warnings. And part of that is because it's so early in the morning now. We've lost all that daytime heating. And we were expecting the storms to be severe, which we're seeing, but not as bad as they have been in some places out in Arkansas and Missouri. And today's threat, I don't know if I would say that it necessarily lived up to its outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, but that's not for me to talk about or have anything to say about. We're just here to report what's going on. Okay, so before we let radio go back to regular programming, here's a look at radar. We do have some storms popping up down from Rockville to Christiana to Eagleville. Right now, these are not severe warned, but we do see some lightning picking up with that. And looks like these could be some training storms because activity goes all the way back to Waynesboro. And we're talking about a stretch of close to 100 miles. And if that sets up over one particular area and just kind of trains through and moves through, we could have a little flooding issue here. So I'm not sure what's going on here with my camera, but anyway, we'll get all that. Any thoughts on Walter Hill? I mean, I think the whole county is in for storms. Some could be severe, could have high winds. We could have some small hail with those. And tornadoes can't be ruled out. So we're going to keep an eye on all of that for you here on Rutherford Weather. But for radio, we're going to let you go back to regular programming. And we'll be right back with you much later on, hopefully. Okay. Severe thunderstorm warning now for Murray County. So that's going to be for the southern extent of this storm. Why has my camera gone bananas? Let me fix that. You know, I was ready for all of this today. I got everything set up, and I was really thinking that it was going to be another hour. And then this warning popped up, and it's like, what? Whoa. It's pretty good thunder here at the Ponderosa. Wanted to take a look at a few of our live cams here. while you're with us. So no warnings for Rutherford County. We do have storms from Eagleville, Christiana, Rockvale. Pretty good storms happening there. Look at the winds. It's been really windy all day today. I mean, we're talking 30, maybe 40 mile per hour winds coming through. Kind of surprised maybe we don't have, I mean, it's just a very windy environment out there right now, but kind of surprised we don't have at least a special weather statement for some of this. Let's go back to how hard it's raining. And yeah, we're talking about 100 miles here in this storm. You know, one thing I don't understand is like there the pen works. I tried to get this to work a second ago. We're having a little time here tonight. If you want to throw comments or questions in chat, we'll try to answer some of those for you. I see James added one. I see someone asking about Humboldt. I don't really know about Humboldt, but I have not heard of anything happening anywhere. And I think we would have had some of that information. But what I wanted you to see is how the storms are kind of all lining up and moving in this direction. Let me even back out here just a little bit so you can see the entire line. And that's just feeding, and the storms have grown just in like 2 or 3 frames into southern Rutherford County. And so all of this has got to make its way through. Some of it's severe, but if it continues moving at this rate in this clip, they are going to issue a special weather statement for this southern portion of the county. No, it's going to be for the northwestern corner of the county. Let's go take a look at that. But lots of rain inbound southern end of the county. Let me take this out of motion here. We got another small sliver of the county. And this isn't really, this doesn't really affect us here. Special weather statement. It's for this big storm that's going through Gladeville and Watertown there. Wanted to take a look at some of our cameras. So let me take you to another screen here. This is something that we've been developing. So this is downtown at the courthouse. See the wind blowing the trees there. This is a look at Oakland's mansion, which is in Murfreesboro. See the wind blowing, a little bit of rain falling there. Let's take a look from Murfreesboro Medical Center, and we're looking back to the west. We're going to see some lightning occasionally here from this view. Murfreesboro Medical Clinic. And again, several hundred of you, as I can see. Ooh, I need to hold on a second. I was only seeing the YouTube chat. So I've got the multi-stream chat over here now. So see if I can push this button and it do anything. There we go. I've got Christina asking a question about what's going on down in Christiana and the storms. I think we answered that. So I think whether you're on Facebook, X, or YouTube, you should be able to. I think it's my hand gestures that are moving my camera. It's one of those cameras that kind of automatically moves and focuses, so I've got to keep my hand still. If you're on X or Facebook, throw a comment in there or question in the just in the comment section, or just ask a question, and I think that should come through. I hope it does. So this is Murfreesboro Medical Clinic looking back to the west. Someone asking about Murfreesboro. I think we're going to be A-okay. We've just got some rough storms to get through, and looks like some pretty heavy rain. You think you may be getting some hail in Christiana? It's possible. Jesse, let me take a look. Just looking at chat and seeing. We've got a tornado warning on the southern end of that. Not here yet, but we want to take a look at it because it's something we might have to deal with, right? I was looking for hail here. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, you can see the lightning off in the distance. We'll come back to that view here in just a second. Let's go back to radar here, and this is hail. We could be seeing some small hail, but it is not going to be very large, I wouldn't think. Christiana, Fosterville. Honestly, there's maybe some larger hail that's going to come in from Spring Hill and is on line toward Eagleville, maybe. So we'll watch that. But now the southern part of this line is tornado warned. So we're going to take a look at that. So one of the things that you look for on radar is where red and green are close together. Winds moving in one direction toward the radar and away from the radar. And when you see those colors like close together, there are some grays in there, but it's a fairly tight couplet where you see from like right in there, right? Or right in here. So that's just kind of something that you look for. So that's why this is tornado warned at this point. But if we put it in motion, it is moving. That part of the line is moving to the southeast. So not our concern. That kind of sounded rude. I didn't mean it that way, but that's not our concern. We're concerned about Rutherford County. James, thoughts on the later event? You know, all the concentration has been on today, and I'm not so sure that tomorrow might not bring us an equal shot at storms. While we have a moment, why don't we take a look? Let's just take a look at one of the model runs here. Takes a second to load up here. This is our short-term model. So it's kind of showing the stuff that's here now. This is 3 a.m. in an hour and 15 minutes. 5 a.m., 6 a.m. So shows that out of here, right? And then look at what comes in the afternoon. This is 5 o'clock. Now, I don't like that I'm seeing this little rogue storm pop up toward Nashville and move through well ahead of the storm. So may have to watch for those. But this line looks a lot angrier as it comes in. But look at what happens when it gets here to Rutherford County. Looks like it's maybe the western middle Tennessee area that's going to get the strongest stuff here. I will say that the outlook for tomorrow, I put the outlook on here. There's already an enhanced risk here. But this is 2 out of 5, slight risk, kind of same as today. So I don't really know, because I think the models handled today terribly. This was not what we thought it was going to be today. I just did not see that. Not, yes, Jesse, not what we thought it was going to be. I mean, the storm system, I mean, in West Tennessee, there was a what is called a PDS tornado warning, or I'm sorry, a PDS tornado watch, which is a particularly dangerous situation. And the Storm Prediction Center usually has a really good handle on those. Not saying that they didn't this time. Mother Nature can do what Mother Nature can do. But in a PDS watch, you generally have some fairly large tornadoes. Didn't really have those in West Tennessee that we know of. I don't think we're seeing the coverage that we thought we were going to have even at this time tonight. I mean, and if you look at the model, let's go back to that model. And let me play that, because I can go back. This is what the model thought it would look like at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And look, all of those are storms very likely producing tornadoes. And then this is midnight. I think maybe it came in a bit stronger than what actually has occurred. And this shows 3 a.m. Let me pull this back to 2 a.m. So we're 10 minutes away. And this is what it showed. Well, all of these areas these are storms. Some could be rotating. This would be like hail, right? But it did kind of merge into a line, which was what was expected here on this model. But this is what is the model thought would happen at 2 a.m. And here is what is happening. It looks very different. The coverage isn't as widespread. So I hope that answers your question. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, Jesse. I think you and your littles are going to be just fine, and sorry to hear that you're going through the other. Man, that's tough. I don't think what happened. I don't know, James, about whether this takes any juice away or not. The way that it felt all afternoon, I mean, it really. This was the first day this spring that it really felt like it could be, bad weather because it got kind of muggy. Honestly, um, we'll just have to see how the atmosphere recovers. If we get some sunshine tomorrow and warm temperatures, which is what's forecast, I think we could. Uh, Man, that storm is really, really going down there. Let me see. If you have friends, family down in Summertown, down to Linville, and eventually Cornersville, that's where the tornadic part of this storm is. Again, we're just getting rain. Entire Rutherford County getting some rain right now. Tornado watch will go until 5. It's coming up on 2 o'clock. One thing we're not seeing are storm reports, or that many of them. There is some tree damage in Summertown that we're just now getting in. So that part of the storm is power outages in Hohenwald. And to kind of go back to a couple of the questions, that's the southernmost storm here in Tennessee. So it's getting fed some really good warm Gulf air. I've never had an opportunity to look at a storm from the Lawrenceburg radar, so we'll take a look at that. Leilani, is that the? I guess that is. For some reason, my eyes are blurry tonight. But I mean, it's 2 a.m. Is it safe to go to sleep? Sure, it's safe to go to sleep. You need to have a way to be woken up in case there's a warning issued, but it is definitely safe to do that, and that gives me an opportunity to pop up something if I can remember where it is. This is one of the things that I had kind of meant to do. Let's see, open with, there we go. Alert Rutherford. You can sign up, and a lot of these folks who are doing weather or whatnot, they'll say you can sign up and pay this much per month, and we'll call and that kind of thing. I got a text followed by a phone call immediately from Alert Rutherford, and it's free. It's from our Rutherford County Emergency Management Agency. They provide this service to all Rutherford Countyans. So when there's a severe thunderstorm warning or whatever it might be, they will call your phone. You can answer the phone. So that's a way to be woken up, but it's free. So if you want, and it's just for Rutherford County, it's just for you, right? So let me take my camera away. There's a QR code there. See the QR code? If you snap that QR code, it'll take you to a page where you can sign up for Alert Rutherford. And again, it's free. So, Leilani, the question about is it safe to go to sleep? Yes, safe to go to sleep, but have a way to get alerts. Okay? Have a way to be alerted. And the best way to do that is have a NOAA weather radio. There are apps that you can sign up for, radar apps, things of that nature, that will call you, or not call you. I guess they have a push alert. So that's another way that you could possibly do it, right? But have a way to get alerts. But is it safe to sleep? Yes. You are welcome. The southern end of the county is getting dumped on right now, but everybody in Rutherford County is seeing some water. A little heavier downpour, really from Las Casas to Whitehaven, Roland Estates, Walter Hill area. Otherwise, moderate rain and then heavy rain stretching from the southern extent of the county, including Christiana. And it's been raining, and more of this rain is on the way. Whoops. I need to switch you to this. More of the rain is on the way, as we see it stretching back all the way to Hohenwald and Columbia. And then, if that weren't enough, here's our line of storms. So this is the entire line when we were looking at the... Now, I don't know why this thing does this to me. Sometimes when I go from one screen to another, it will not allow me to use the marker. And that's exactly what I was trying to do here. So I'm going to have to do it this way. This is that line of storms that our future model showed. And our line of storms here in Tennessee is moving off to the east. Let me clear that off. Wonder how fast that's moving. Well, this warning says moving east at 40 miles an hour. So I would say this entire line is moving east at 40 miles an hour. So let's take a portion of this storm, take it through Rutherford County. It's as far out as it'll let me go, too, which is interesting. Ooh, I don't think it's moving at 45 miles an hour. 2 hours to Murfreesboro. So what is that? 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 o'clock. So we're going to have this constant train and feed of rain and storms from the southwest that we're getting through the southern part of the county right now. And then we're going to have this line push through about 4 a.m. And then things are going to calm down a little bit. We'll have some rain, maybe even raining in the morning when the kids have to get up, go to school and the bus stop. And then we'll rack and reset for tomorrow. Clear that off for you. Man, when it's raining, it is really hard to see Rutherford County here. Let's flip over to one of our live cams here. And this is Murfreesboro Medical Clinic looking off to the south and west. And I've noticed the lightning picking up there a bit. Rain coming down pretty heavily. You can see in the lights. Right here where this blue arrow is. I'm seeing a few questions about, is it safe to sleep? I think it's, again, it's safe to sleep for anyone at this point. You just need to have a way to be woken up. Don't be surprised if you have a weather radio or if you have a phone app or something that is going to alert you and wake you up from a sleep that will tell you, here's a warrant. We've got a warning for your area. If you've got that, yeah, it's safe to sleep. It's up in Smyrna, not raining as hard there. This is Joe B. Jackson, raining harder southern end of the county. It's 24 at 840. See some pretty good rains going on there. So this is part of a redesigned RutherfordWX.com, Rutherford weather. You can do some of the things that I do here on the stream, including looking at outages and road closures. We don't have any road closures. Some of the tools that we use, it's got a place where we post stories. So pretty cool. And I didn't do anything for it. This was all thanks to my son, Dalton Barrett. So did a wonderful job on that. But it gives me tools that I can just pull up and pop up here and show you in a better way when we're doing the streams. A couple of power outages down here off of Bradyville Pike. Just a couple of homes there. So the wind hasn't really been a problem. And this is in the Versailles area. A couple of outages there. Let's see. My weather radio has been going nuts. This is for Davidson County, and it's for the northern part of that back edge of the storm. If I had to guess, are we going to have a severe thunderstorm warning later? If this storm, or if the storms to the west maintain the strength that they have now, I would think we would. Probably in an hour or so. They're going to let that tornado warning go. So there have been some trees down in that area. So if you know someone in Summertown, trees blocking the road. There was a tree down on a car. The driver was inside. The driver got out okay, it looks like. But those are some of the things that are going on. But they did cancel that tornado warning. It's going to go off of our screen while you're looking at the power outage map. Anyway, that's just some of the cool things that are on the RutherfordWX.com, Rutherford Weather webpage. MTE's got 1,100 without power, 11 outages. There's a pretty good spike there in Wilson County. Storms were a little rougher up there. But those are just some of the things that we keep an eye on here that now you can keep an eye on. So you can see some of the things that we see. The great and mighty sea, test back. Yes, test. I think that was just a light there in that corner. Okay, let's go back to the radar. And I'm going to let you sit here for just a few minutes. Cody saying Christiana getting hammered, and you are getting a lot of rain. I'm not going to be surprised if this southern flank of Rutherford County this is so aggravating. Right in here. isn't in some type of flood advisory or something. We are going to get into some lighter rain in just a moment. And this looked like it was going to be a continual fetch. But as you can see, it was going east, and then we had a part of the storm that started to break away and go southeast. And that was the part of the storm that then had the tornado warning. So we're still going to continue to see that fetch over that same area, but definitely have seen a lot of rain. In fact, we're looking at a half an inch to maybe an inch. So half an inch to an inch anywhere in this area that's got the blue. If you've got friends and family down in Bedford County, there's a severe thunderstorm warning down there for them. That is going to be the portion of the storm that was tornado warned before. And there are up to 70 mile per hour winds with that are going to push through Shelbyville. You could see the winds pick up maybe even Fosterville, but this does not come to the county line. So for those that live in that neck of the woods, Deason is included in this, but not Fosterville, not Rutherford County. But some very high winds are kind of coming through that southern part of the storm. It's what knocked down some trees earlier. That's why we had the tornado warning back to the west earlier. It's still on the map there for some reason, but shouldn't be. It has been canceled, and that's why you see this big severe thunderstorm warning. There is another round coming in. Rotation headed toward Dixon. Maybe. It's not a strong rotation, at least. All right. There's a lot going on that screen right there. But I'm going to take us to another view here. See if everything pops in like it's supposed to. Yep. So from this, you can see some of our cameras. And you can see the radar. You can see all the heavy rain that is coming and that is incoming as well. And then we'll just kind of sit here for a minute. I need to go and grab a drink of water. And we'll, of course, certainly be here with you as we go for the next couple of hours here. All right. Hang tight. Ken, you are right. A lot of water, high precipitation storms. We need the rain for sure. National Weather Service has picked up on that Dixon rotation. It's going to be right in here where that notch is. You can see how these storms just continue to train just south of downtown. But a lot more rain still to come. But that's the back edge. But it's going to take a minute to get here. For those who are just popping on here, is Murfreesboro under a tornado warning? No, absolutely not. No. Murfreesboro, Rutherford County, we have no warnings at this point. We just have some thunderstorms that are moving through the southern part of the county. And we're waiting on a line of storms, which are going to be probably, I'd say just under 2 hours away. You would hear a lot more activity and talk and looking at cameras and zooming in. So, kind of my whole approach is when we have warnings, we're talking about the warnings. We're giving you locations. We're looking at different things like You know, the wind velocities and all of that. We have different folks popping in, giving us updates. But then when the warnings go away, but we still have rain, and we still have more rain and storms, and we could have more warnings later on, we kind of back off. Yes, still 2 hours away. There's a line right now. Probably hear the dog barking. Heard thunder. See the lightning at the courthouse there. This line that stretches from Clarksville to Waverly to Camden, this has to move through Rutherford County. And there are severe thunderstorm warnings all up and down that line. So that has to come through. So I hope that answers your question about that, Tyler. And I did a measurement probably 10 minutes ago and said it's 2 hours away. So it's a little less than 2 hours. But this is not moving very fast. About 30, 40 miles an hour. But yeah, the camera views are at least kind of fun to see because we are getting some crazy lightning. But again, my whole approach is to kind of take a more of a step back. When we don't have warnings, I'm not going to talk constantly the whole time. And you can watch the radar for all of those questions that keep coming about, is it safe to go to bed? Yes, you can go to bed, but you need to have a way to get that wake up if we have a warning. So we've got some high winds coming into Ashland City. That's going to be for the northern extent of that storm. And as we can see with the orientation of this system kind of going like this, right? And we're right here. I know there's a lot going on there. This northern part is going to get through, you know, Nashville and north of Nashville before this southern part is, right? So it's going to take it a little longer to get in. I think I need to make my pen a little bit thicker. See what this does. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Since I can't get my other pen to work. Cody, you are very welcome. This is something that, you know, I thought I was going to go to school to do and that kind of thing. And then I got into broadcasting and I've been doing that. But this adds another level of service to what we're doing and lets me do something that I kind of enjoy, watching the weather. And I get to do it this way. And I've got a pretty cool son who can help develop some of this stuff. Oh, let me mention that. I just had a little light flicker here. If we do lose power, once I get power back, and if it's a flicker, it may just turn everything off, but I will come right back. Okay. So one of the things that we do is whenever there are warnings just to the west, that's kind of our, for me and the others that are kind of on the channel, that's kind of our action time. So when we see a warning to our west or southwest, like Williamson, Murray counties, that's when we say, okay, we've got a little time here. or we need to get things rolling here because we're going to be next up. Well, you can see this warning box right here. It goes just north of Nashville, around Franklin. This warning box, I'm not going to draw it exactly like it is, but this warning box here, that was just issued. Hail, 3/4 inch hail, which we're talking penny size hail, and 60-mile-per-hour winds coming in with that. Says that expires in 22 minutes, and I just don't know that it's going to get through there that fast, but maybe so. That's kind of the portion of the line we're interested in for sure. $60-mile-an-hour winds. Sorry if it sounded like 70, 60-mile-per-hour winds for that. It's not a destructive severe thunderstorm warning. I don't think any of them, even back here, are for 70-mile-per-hour winds. There's also been a flood advisory for Nashville, and that's what I was mentioning a minute ago. I'm not so sure that the southern end of the county, Rutherford County, has had so much rain, might not get in on some of that action. But know if I guess my advisories, maybe that just hasn't come out yet. Busy spring morning, I guess. Now, here at 2:30. Someone was saying, do we expect this line back to the west to kick up or get any stronger? I don't. I think you are experiencing or have experienced probably as bad as it will get. Could we have severe thunderstorm warning? Could we have damaging wind gust? All of that? Yes. That's still very much all on the table. But I think that question was more along the lines of, are we going to get any tornadoes out of this to the west? It just doesn't seem to be in the cards right now, and never was really a very high threat for us this far east anyway. Oh, well, listen at me speak too soon. Tornado warning coming for Nashville. Just popped up there on that last frame. Jolton, Millersville, Hendersonville, LaGuardo. If you know anybody in this area, call them. Let them know. Very tight couplet right there. Davidson, Robertson, Sumner, and parts of Wilson, if it holds together that long. Very classic hook. Very classic hook. Didn't mean for you to hear me again. I had to take someone off. Okay. Let's get back down here to where we're concerned. This warning goes to the very edge of Rutherford County. Laverne right there. That's the Rutherford County border. Squigglies. I've asked the folks who make this radar product, give me something that I can actually show the county in like a bigger border around our quote coverage area, which is Rutherford County. We're getting some high wind reports from back in this neck of the woods. So hang tight here on Rutherford weather. No warnings for Rutherford County at this point. No warnings for us. By the way, the tornado warning now is observed. So this is an observed tornado between Jolton and Millersville. So if you know someone in that area and have friends, family there, you need to make sure that they are awake and they are in their safe place. As for Rutherford County, no warnings right now. No warnings for us. All right. Just a little bit of an update. The tornado warning is over in north of Nashville. There was a radar confirmed tornado there. Sorry, keeping you company. I found a moment when it wasn't just pouring rain to let the dogs out, and they were kind of circling my feet. And so I just wanted to check in on what was going on. I do think that what we've seen so far been some damaging winds. Not necessarily here in Rutherford County, but this line that's got to come through is going to bring with it the biggest impacts that we've seen here in Rutherford County. Wind, that kind of thing. Okay. Just to mention that. I need to turn on our cameras. And thinking, well, doesn't go out that far. I was going to try to see if we could get out past this, but we can pick up around 8:40. We can pick up the traffic cameras and hopefully watch it come on in here and observe it a little bit better. I'm going to also turn on cameras. Okay, so do I have a camera nearby? I've got a camera up here in the middle of all of this in Fairview, but I don't think we're going to see much from that camera. It's just heavy rain, right? This is up in the very northern part of that line, I-40 at Bellevue in Nashville. See how hard it's raining right here? And we've got sheets of rain. There's a car actually stopped on the interstate. Now that person's flying, but that's Nashville traffic, right? But you can see very well in their car lights here how hard that rain is coming down, and it's wind blown. So those are the winds that we expect to see. See what those velocities kind of look like. See those higher blues that you see just kind of broken up in there in areas? That's some of the higher winds. Definitely a marked line. And then we can see some pockets of higher winds. So that's what we have to look forward to. Coming into Franklin. What is it? 249 right now. Let's just do a little quick measurement. Storm's moving east. 30 miles from the county line. 18 miles. Let's see if I do a storm track. Pardon me. I don't know what's been going on with my voice tonight. Let me pull it on through here and see. It is not moving at 62. I think it's 45. I'm going to move it at 40. Nope. I'm going to go 45. Faster's better. We're looking at 42 minutes to Murfreesboro. I would say that in the next few, that if there's going to be a warning issued for us, that will happen. Okay. Things kind of calmed down across the county for the moment. All that heavy rain that went through Christiana, we're in okay shape. Let's look at some of our storm totals, and yeah, right where I told you. We had some of those heavy rains come through. Had about an inch of rain in those darker blues, over a half an inch of rain in those lighter blues. So just south of Eagleville and Rockvale, through Christiana and Fosterville, on out to Big Springs, Gum, Pleasant View. Very heavy rain down there. Okay, let's go back to how hard it's raining now. And we'll just kind of sit back and watch and wait. Check the impacts there. Yeah, Murfreesboro, 38 minutes. So that's what we're looking at here in the next 15 minutes or so, or less. Need to watch this area right here coming into Thompson Station. All of this, as you look at this line, you see the line and it kind of bulges out. For a moment, it had a hook, and like right to here, a little hook. These are where the winds are kind of surging forward. So we've got to watch that carefully as it comes through. Strong winds in Williamson, Franklin, Brentwood area. So right in here, okay? So that's the area that we're keeping a close eye on right now that's got the strongest winds in this warning that comes to our county border. It's going to include us at some point in the very, pardon me, in the very near future, I would say, if it continues to stay like it is right now. Boy, this whole line, look at how it just snakes. Whoops, didn't mean to go that far. This continues, and then it snakes all the way back into Memphis, where they've got a severe thunderstorm warning back there, too. So Rutherford County surrounded, severe thunderstorm warning to the west and to the north. What's going to happen next? I wonder. All right, hang in there with us. One thing we're also seeing are some power outages pop up, okay? Back in Williamson County. I'll pop over and show this to you real quick. So we're seeing pocket there in Williamson County. I think, let's see, 800 or so without power in Grassland in Williamson County. So we got to definitely watch that too. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that. And you can keep an eye on that too at the brand new Rutherford Weather website. RutherfordWX.com. Can take a look at the traffic cameras from TDOT. There's Oakland's mansion. Pretty cool. All at RutherfordWX.com. All right, back to radar so we can watch that. And hang tight with us here on the Rutherford Weather Channel. So the National Weather Service said another severe thunderstorm warning coming downstream of the Williamson storms. That's probably going to include us here in Rutherford County. So I guess let's watch and wait here, huh? I'm going to join up with radio here, so hold on just a quick second. Oh, no. Let's see. Let me take this out. Brian Barrett here with Rutherford Weather, and we're continuing to watch severe weather here in Rutherford County, and we now have a severe thunderstorm warning for Rutherford County for just about all of the county, honestly. That's my alert coming in from Alert Rutherford. See, they'll ring your phone. It's free. It'll wake you up when you're asleep. So severe thunderstorm warning, and this particular warning, which covers all of the county here. Let me stop our radar in motion. 70 miles per hour. So this is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. Considerable severe thunderstorm warning. Winds gusting up to 70 miles per hour with this. So it's kind of go time. We had some storms. We had some warnings earlier. We can report that there are about 800 customers in Fairview without power. There are power outages in the Franklin area from these storms. So where are the storms packing the greatest punch? Let me make sure my camera there is working. So if we get call here, for those who are on radio, you may hear the EAS, and we're still right here with you. We're on the Rutherford Weather Channel on video as well. Right now, the storms are about to come over the county line. It'll impact the Smyrna Laverne area first. It's right there on us here in Laverne. And progress down through the county here. Again, the winds with this, 70 miles per hour. Vergne Kroll joins us with weatherology here as well. And we were just talking about the considerable severe thunderstorm warning for winds of 70 miles per hour. And we're already getting some reports back where the storm has come through in Franklin and Fairview, back in Williamson County, that this has caused some power outages. So very gusty winds with this as it comes through.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is going to be our main concern as it continues to make its way to the east. This line of storms has been ongoing. We've been watching it actually the last couple of hours as it's really got to act together and continues to move to the east. And as you mentioned, those stronger winds really building up within this. And I think those will continue as this moves to the east. It's moving very quickly too, moving to the east right around 70 miles per hour. Could see up to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Small hail possible within some of the within areas of the storm too. But really our biggest concern going to be those strong winds, as you mentioned, seeing some power outages because of that. Could see that as this continues to push through. It's getting very close to entering Rutherford County right now.
All right, we will continue to watch. We've got some folks checking in from Smyrna and Laverne area. They're going to be kind of the first up for this, kind of seeing that right now. And we'll watch this line as it comes through. If you've got any updates, just pop back in. Let us know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That is Vergne Kroll, weatherology meteorologist, popping in to kind of give us an update on this severe thunderstorm warning. Let's look at some of the winds. Yeah, pushing through Laverne. We'll be pushing through Smyrna here soon. Right here at the county line. So if you live along the Rutherford County line, that's the area that's going to be first up here. See if we can see from some of our traffic cameras, if we see the wind blowing around. So this, we've got a view here of Sam Ridley, and we can see how the wind is blowing the rain. If you are in those areas, you'll want to obviously stay inside. I mean, it is 3 a.m., for goodness sake. So what are we going to be doing outside, right? So let's not go outside. Let's not try to look and be a looky-loo. And stay away from windows. That's the big thing. Someone checking in about a mile from the airport. You're getting close. There's the Smyrna airport there. So this is looking at the winds. It's going to be this leading edge. So coming into the Sam Ridley Parkway area, that's kind of where we were looking at that camera just a second ago. Here's another look. 24 at Sam Ridley. You can see the tree whipping around there. So we go down the line, Rocky Fork, Southern Meadows, Creekside, you're next up here. Amaville, it'll be knocking on your door here as it crosses 840. There we go with an update. Winds will definitely pick up down toward Windrow. Of course, coming through Eagleville now. Rockvale next up. And keep an eye on our power outages. The power outages that are reported in Williamson County are really kind of in the corner of the county. I'm going to have to draw with this again. Kind of like in a line here, so it may be this section of the line. But high winds all the way up and down this line as it moves into the county. So the western third of the county, seeing the high winds. If you haven't yet, it's coming. Big leading push. We are covering severe weather for Rutherford County, Tennessee, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, Laverne, Blackman, Eagleville, Rockvale, Christiana. Those are the areas that we cover here. Severe thunderstorm warning. This is for the next hour. If you happen to lose power and can't view on your phone or device or wherever you're watching Rutherford weather during warnings, we're always live on WGNS Radio, 1019, 100.5 on FM, AM 1450, and streaming audio at WGNSradio.com. Let's take a look at 24 to Amaville Road. Lots of wind coming in. Winds could be upwards of 70 miles per hour. Sure does seem that this has picked up a little bit of forward speed. And that could be the reason for the gusty winds as it pushes this whole system forward. Give you next up, if you were in the Blackman area, out toward Manson Pike, Brinkley Road, the high winds are coming in to your neck of the woods. Cherry Hill Estates, Joneswood, Colonial Village, Bethel, Riverview, Rucker Lane. Pushing in Hickory Grove and Mona soon. And in the northern part of the county, right along 840 as you go into Williamson County. Severe thunderstorm warning is in effect, and this severe thunderstorm warning will go until 4 a.m. I don't think we're going to be dealing with this until 4 a.m. because this also includes DeKalb and Warren counties and Cannon counties. I think we're going to be one of the first ones done with this as this line is pushed halfway through the county. Then we'll be left behind with some rain. Maybe thunderstorms, but hopefully non-severe until later on. Highway 96 just past Veterans. I mean, it's right on us here in the Blackman area, and 96 passing through right now. Here is our camera at Veterans at 840. And can you see how the wind is pushing the rain? The rain is just being blown by the wind. So there's a heavy thunderclap that scared me a bit, and of course got the dogs all riled up. Be pushing in toward Walter Hill, Roland Estates, Ridgefield, Whitehaven, downtown soon. Las Casas Villas. Let me refresh our outages. Up to 1,200 without power. Most of those are Williamson County. Not seeing any in Rutherford County here at this point. Let's take a look at one of our cameras that is looking at the Murfreesboro Medical Clinic. So this is Murfreesboro Medical Clinic looking off to the west. Getting loud by MTSU? I'm sure it is. That was a big thunderclap. See the lightning there in our camera. So they have taken Davidson and Murray and Williamson out of the warning. So that's going to happen in Rutherford County once it's through the entire county. This line has pushed through Laverne and Smyrna. So you're left with just rain at this point. It still has not come through downtown Murfreesboro yet. Walter Hill, Silver Hill, Las Casas, Reedyville over in, kind of on the county line. Christiana, you're next up. Fosterville, you were kind of left out of this warning. Just that little southern tip. So you're getting the heavy rain in parts of Walter Hill. It's coming. It's on the way. Let's go back to, pardon the voice, go back to radar. So this line is pretty much dissecting the very middle of the county. Rain and wind picking up in the downtown area from one of the things that we can take a look at. I can hear the wind picking up here too. Lots of heavy rain. Lots of lightning with this severe thunderstorm. The winds maybe have come down just a little bit, but we're kind of seeing this surge a little bit. I'm going to put our view with the cameras up here. Not that one. Got a different one right here. It's got our various camera views, so you can see at the very top is WGNS radio, looking off to the north and east, downtown looking off to the west, and in the Siegel area. So a few different views there. Rain 840 in Sulphur Springs, someone tells us. And Salem is kind of behind this line as it pushes through. It's not going to take long, but it's going to bring some pretty good winds. Now they have warned the southern extent of this line as it's going to come through south of Rutherford County. So if you are in Las Casas, you haven't seen the wind yet. It's on the way. Kittrell, Floration, Pleasant View, Gum, Big Springs, Plainview. Christiana, it's right there on you. Somebody says, Cason Lane getting roughed up a bit. We're all getting roughed up a little bit, I guess, here, aren't we? It's like one of our cameras is frozen up a little bit there. I can hear the big gust of wind outside myself. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. It is not anything greater than that. See what the special weather statement is. This is for the very, very southern extent that wasn't warned for the Christiana area. Winds are not going to be as great there. And they have downgraded our warning to from considerable to just a regular severe thunderstorm warning. So the winds have come down just a bit as it's marched eastward, which is good. It's what we love to see. Power outages are coming down in Williamson County, but in Rutherford County, starting to pick up a few. But in Rutherford, we're only looking at 10 power outages out of almost 154,000 served. So we'll keep an eye on it, but it's not too bad right now. Let's see. At its widest point, that's not what I wanted to do. At its widest point, we're talking about, 7 miles at the most that we're dealing with here in Rutherford County of the really heavy rain and the really high winds. And once that pushes through, you're left behind with rain, maybe thunder and lightning. But the wind threat has already pushed through. It's almost out of Murfreesboro. It's pushed through Blackman and Florence and Smyrna, Laverne, So it won't take too much longer for this line to get on through here. Just looking to see if there are any reports. And they're clearing counties from the tornado watch as well. So that's good news. This will be the last that we have to deal with in terms of this round for severe potential. The tornado watch goes until 5. The severe thunderstorm warning goes for another 39 minutes, although it will not take that long to get out of Rutherford County, and they'll probably clear part of the county. However, they'll clear us from the watch fairly soon after that. I don't think it will go until 5 now that they've started to clear some counties back to the west. Robertson, Cheatham, Dixon, and Humphreys counties. So Lascassas getting into the thick of it. Milton is next. Reedyville, you haven't seen any of the action just yet, but you're about to. And same for Bradyville, Big Springs, and Floration. Kittrell, it's right there at you. Things are beginning to calm down in the downtown area. Really from downtown Murfreesboro to the west. So we're talking around the Walmart at Old Fort. You're in good shape. Over by MTSU, another couple of minutes. Doing good over in the Hawks Ridge subdivision, somebody reports. Thank you for that. Just some rain and wind. That's pretty much what we're going to have with this severe thunderstorm warning. Just rain and wind. Let's get an update here from Regina Kroll with Weatherology as this severe thunderstorm warning kind of progresses and moves its way through the county. And it's the eastern half of Rutherford County right now.
Yeah, it is really approaching that far eastern corner of this region, the far eastern corner of Rutherford County. We have that severe thunderstorm warning still in effect until 4 a.m. This line of storms moving to the east. It's moving very quickly, right around 70 miles per hour. The most recent update, it looks like the wind's not going to be quite as strong, but they're still severe. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible. Maybe penny-sized hail, but like you just mentioned, those strong winds really going to be our biggest concern. And as you also mentioned, heavy rain a concern as well. But it is moving fairly quickly, so that will help with any heavy rain threat there.
Yeah, I'm getting some questions about is this pretty much the main threat coming through, or our last threat with this round of storms today? I know we've got some maybe later today, this afternoon, to deal with, but with this particular round, a lot of people want to try to get a couple hours sleep before having to get up and go to work and school.
Yeah, it does look like this is our main threat with this round, but as you mentioned, we're watching more storms expected to develop later on today. But yeah, once this clears out, we should just be left with some rain, maybe some non-severe storms after that.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Regina, for the update. Meteorologist Regina Kroll with Weatherology joining us to update us on the severe thunderstorm warning. Hugging the eastern part of the county right now, and moving on into Cannon County next. Cannon County will be next up for any of this stormy weather. Although, once again, we have seen the winds come down a bit, which is good. We're hanging in there with power, pardon me, with power outages, although I just got an update, and we've got quite a few that have popped up here now. Out toward Bradyville Pike. Pardon me. I tried to clear my throat off mic, and it just didn't work. So it's pushed through Walter Hill in downtown, Reedyville, Milton, Bradyville, Kittrell, Fosterville. You're kind of in the thick of it, but that's this moving on to the east. Let's take a look at our power outage map from Middle Tennessee Electric, and we've got about 146 outages. This is in the neighborhood just off of Bradyville Pike. That looks like Middle Tennessee Boulevard, where you see that 33, where I've got my cursor going here. Let me see if I can draw on this one. Nope. So where I'm kind of circling my cursor, Middle Tennessee Boulevard, Southeast Broad, 33 there. There's along East Main Street. Right there at the intersection. Goes along Evergreen, a few outages in that location, but the largest concentration, 146 there, east of Bradyville, and the outages in Rutherford County now are up to 206. So that's where we are with power outages. We are not seeing any road closures due to the rain either. Did have somebody reporting power out near MTSU in Bradyville. So that is definitely one of the things that we learned just a moment ago. Okay, so